Hey, E.T., grab another drink. It's your birthday, man. All right, I think you've had too much.
Hi guys, Geedrew64 here, and today I wanted to do a little bit of a different video. It's still physical media related, but I wanted to actually backtrack on a lot of the videos I've done over the past few years, talking on the which box set to get videos. Now, this is probably one of the most consistent series I've ever done here on my channel, you know, showcasing the options that are available for individual physical media releases. And, you know, I thought it'd be cool to kind of show you guys what I actually picked up from each one of those releases after the fact, because I don't normally share those. Maybe you might catch some of them in a collection video, but for the most part, you don't know necessarily what I ended up picking up for those. So I thought it'd be cool to go back and share what exactly I picked up from each of these videos, starting with my first video, which was Lord of the Rings. Not a great thumbnail, but hey, I wanted to do one on the options that were going to be available for the Lord of the Rings trilogy coming to 4K at the time. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, so I was excited for this coming to 4K. This was all the way back in December 2020, the very first which box set to get video. And I actually did this video after the 4Ks were already released due to the mixed reviews from the packaging. I saw multiple videos talking about the packaging, multiple reviews on different sites about the packaging and the options that are available. Now, there were three options that were available, and I talked about all of those options, and I wanted to get the steelbook set. Obviously, I'm a steelbook collector. I love the design of these steelbooks, but you know, they were really not available on release day. I went on release day to go pick these up, and they were nowhere to be found. Only people who really got these were people who pre-ordered them. At this point, especially, I like getting things out in the wild. So, you know, I was just like, I'll show up on release day, and they're going to have some, and they didn't. And I was pretty disappointed, and it contributed to me starting to pre-order anything that I actually wanted, because finding stuff out in the wild is becoming harder and harder, especially now. So I was disappointed, never got the steelbooks. I sat on it for quite some time. I was like, maybe they'll come back in stock, and they never really did. Right now, they're going on eBay for crazy money, close to $200. One of my buddies has a steelbook set. Shout out to him. Maybe if he wants to trade one day, I'll do it. But I ended up getting just the basic 4K box out of the options. I really like these movies. I watch them once a year. Some of the best trilogy of all time, and this is coming from someone who loves Back to the Future and the original Star Wars movies. Lord of the Rings is the best. So anyway, I went with the basic 4K set for that one. Next up is the SpiderMan No Way Home physical media release, which was the first time I did one of these videos prior to the release actually happening. And that was due to the amount of options that were actually available and me really loving this movie. And this really kind of set the idea in motion to kind of do more focused, you know, videos on specific titles. Even though there were a lot of options there, I was pretty disappointed overall with some of the art that they went with. And you know, to me, it made the steelbook an easy choice for me. I did end up picking up the steelbook on release day for SpiderMan No Way Home, and I did pre-order it, having learned from the Lord of the Rings debacle, and it showed up without any dents, thankfully. So that was what I ended up picking up for the SpiderMan No Way Home. The next video I did was E.T. Now, I did title it a which box set to get video, but I also titled it Happy Birthday E.T. in the thumbnail, which is a little bit different, but that's because it was the anniversary of the E.T.'s release. And in that video, I shared every copy of E.T. that I own, starting with like VHS, moving through DVD, and I had multiple DVDs. I think I had multiple Blu-rays, and you know, I already had a 4K, you know, and even though I already had that previous 4K release, I wanted to get the Target exclusive steelbook, but they were sold out, so I ended up not getting it. 6 months later, I actually did come across it randomly at Target, surprisingly, and I snatched it up. It's still wrapped up because I already have a 4K that's already opened. I just got it because I really like the steelbook, and E.T. is one of those movies I just keep rebuying.
Stop it. Get some help.
Next video I did was the Top Gun Maverick release. Now, I mentioned loving the cover art for the 2-pack in the video, but it was actually sold out, and I wanted to get it also because I didn't own the first Top Gun. So the 2-pack, not only did I think the art was the best option, having the 2-pack, I just thought it was a really good deal, but it was sold out. You know, pre-orders were sold out prior. Now, Walmart had a steelbook exclusive with a lenticular magnet I thought was pretty cool, but that one was sold out as well. I did not see it out in the wild, but what I did see out in the wild was the Top Gun Maverick Best Buy Steelbook. Even though I wasn't super hyped on the art, I thought it was cool. And again, it's always nice to see something out in the wild and get it on release day. So that's what I ended up doing with this one. Next up, we got John Wick 4, and this was really the first video where I really started delving into the pricing aspects and recapping the options at the end, and really the format was starting to take place as far as what I wanted to do, and it really kicked off kind of the consistency after John Wick 4 of me doing the Which Box Set to Get videos. Now, I said in that video that the Amazon exclusive art was by far the best. It had a lenticular slip cover. It looked really awesome. It was $43. It was overpriced. I was like, I'm not paying $43 for it. And I didn't. And so I sat on it. I didn't get any of the other releases. I just sat on it for a while. I wanted to see maybe if some of the exclusive would drop in price, or maybe just wait till Black Friday. But the Amazon exclusive did drop in price. So I got it right here. This was the Amazon lenticular. And yeah, I ended up getting it for, I think it was $28. You know, so basically I got it for what the basic 4K was on release. So I was pretty happy with it. And yeah, sometimes it's better just to wait and see what happens. It doesn't always work out, but sometimes it does. Next one is my biggest video of Which Box Set to Get video, and that was Avatar Way of Water. And I said in my Avatar Way of Water video that I might double dip on the release because I wanted to get the Blu-ray 3D as well as the Walmart lenticular 4K, because I actually do like lenticulars quite a bit. I think they're underrated. A big reason why I didn't go for the Best Buy Steelbook on this one was just because I thought the art was pretty lackluster and the price tag was $39. Again, I'm not going to pay $40 for any of these new release steelbooks. It's just not worth it in my opinion. I think they're just overpriced. However, I did not end up double dipping and getting the 4K. You know what I did? I just went ahead and pre-ordered the Blu-ray 3D. I wanted to get the 3D option. The fact that I had the Blu-ray 3D was a big point of my video. I haven't seen this one out in the wild at all, and the pre-order actually sold out prior to release. So this one's, I guess, a little bit harder to find. I don't know if it is now, but I know there for like the first few months after it came out, finding the Blu-ray 3D was pretty difficult. Now, I haven't actually checked out the Blu-ray 3D quality yet. I haven't watched it in 3D yet, so I will eventually, but I don't know. Just in case you were wondering how the 3D looks, I haven't checked it out yet, so I can't really say, but I am looking forward to it whenever I do finally get around to it. Next video I did was the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, I wasn't super impressed with the art for the exclusives. I thought the Steelbook was also overpriced. It was $39, which seems to be the Disney price now, $39, $40 for their Steelbooks. And in my Guardians of the Galaxy video, I said that I didn't necessarily have a preference. I didn't know really what I was going to go with because I had issues with each of the covers for various reasons. So on release day, I went out and I picked up the basic 4K. I thought it looked the best. It was the most reasonably priced because it's one of the basic releases, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I did check it out and I really liked the movie. And honestly, it may be the last Marvel movie I ever buy because, you know, they're kind of on a downhill trajectory, but I'm not going to go off on a tangent on that. Just to say, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is worth checking out. The next video I did was for The Flash. Now, this was another release that I wasn't impressed with any of the box art. I hadn't seen the movie at the time, so I didn't really say anything good or bad about the movie in that video. Only that I just didn't like Ezra Miller as Barry Allen, and that was based on what I seen him in Justice League. You know, I just think he's a terrible Barry Allen as someone who collects comics. And again, I won't go off on a tangent on that. I don't like Ezra Miller as Barry Allen, but I hadn't seen the movie at the time. I did watch it on HBO Max since then. It's a pretty disposable movie, in my opinion. I just don't plan to ever go back and check it out again. So I didn't buy the physical media at the time, despite loving Michael Keaton as Batman. Yeah, it just wasn't one I wanted to pick up. So yeah, even though I did the video for this one, I said I wasn't going to pick up any of the physical media, and I didn't. Next up was the Fast X video, and I said in that video that the last Fast and Furious movie that I saw was Fast and Furious 8, and that I wasn't planning on picking up Fast X, and I didn't pick up Fast X. In fact, Fast 8 is still the last Fast and Furious movie that I actually own. Ultimately, I wanted to do this video because even though I'm not into the franchise at the moment, I previously did like the franchise. And, you know, I just thought some of the packaging for it was pretty cool. And I just wanted to do this more as a sharing the info that was available. But I didn't pick it up. Didn't pick up Fast X. The next one up was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, right? And there were a lot of options available for this release. And in the video, I said my pick was the Best Buy Steelbook 4K, which was $37. However, I came across the Walmart Steelbook first on release day, and I didn't pre-order anything. I was just like, I'm just going to go out and see what's available, see it in person, because sometimes you can change your mind seeing it in person versus seeing a picture of it. And you know what? I called an audible, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pick up the Blu-ray. I just picked up the Walmart Blu-ray, and, you know, it's fine. I mean, I'm not super hyped on it. It was an impulse buy. Would I change my mind now? Probably. I think, honestly, I probably should have just waited a couple months on this one. I have a feeling this one's going to be on sale for Black Friday. I really, really do.
A few moments later.
So I kind of wish I had waited on it, but this is the one that I ended up getting. I'm happy enough with it. I just didn't want to spend the extra $10 to get the 4K Steelbook. So, you know, it is what it is. And it's still in the wrapping, believe it or not. And the movie's already streaming on Netflix. What's with that? Next up is Picard Season 3. And I wasn't really sure how this video was going to compare to some of the other Which Box Set to Get videos I did, because it's not as mainstream. It's not a heavy hitter like, you know, Spider-Man No Way Home, Avatar, Top Gun. So I wasn't really sure the interest on this one, but I'm a big Star Trek fan, obviously, by stuff that some of the stuff you see behind me and the amount of Star Trek videos I've done here on the channel. And even I'm not a fan of New Trek, but Season 3 surprised me. I liked it. I wanted to do a video on it. And in that video, I said that I pre-ordered the Steelbook. And in fact, I did get my pre-ordered Steelbook without dings or scratches in the mail, Picard Season 3, which, you know, it looks really good in person. I'm happy with it. I haven't opened it yet. When I go back and watch it, that'll be great. However, there is a minor issue with this one. Minor spoilers, I guess major spoilers if you haven't seen it. The Enterprise shot, the shot that they put in the Blu-ray release is the incorrect shot. It's not the same shot that they used from the streaming version. I don't know what happened, but some reason they used an earlier, like I guess a stand-in shot for the Enterprise, so that is a little bit of an issue. I haven't seen it in person because obviously I haven't opened this and watched the physical version of it, but I did hear about that, and I don't think Paramount's sending out replacement discs or anything like that. I haven't heard anything about it, but they actually delayed the Picard Legacy release because of that issue, so I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of disappointing.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
So next one up is a Blue Beetle release. There were some pretty cool options that were available for this one. I really like the art on some of the options. I think in the video I said that I was going to go with the Walmart Steelbook because I really like the visuals for it. However, I decided I didn't want to buy it. I didn't want to pay full price for it for multiple reasons. There's just other things I wanted to spend my money on as far as building out my collection. I want to see the movie, but I wasn't interested enough to pay $30 for it. It's also a Warner Brothers movie, so it's going to be on HBO Max, I'm sure, pretty soon. And, you know, I'm pretty sure it might be a Black Friday sale as a movie in the future. So sometimes it's worth just waiting to see what happens with it. So with Blue Beetle, I didn't end up picking up anything. The next video I did was for the Meg II, which I saw on HBO. They actually released it on streaming before the physical media. And, you know, I really liked the first Meg movie. And, you know, in that video, I said I wasn't going to pick up the Meg 2. I didn't pick up the Meg 2. I'm fine with just the first one. If I want to watch the Meg, I'll just watch the first Meg movie. And the very last one I did was for Gran Turismo. This is the very last video I've done as of filming this, although I have other ones planned. Oppenheimer, I actually am filming back-to-back with this video, so I'm not really sure when this one's going to go up. But as of filming this video, Gran Turismo was the last video that I did. I haven't picked up any of the options from Gran Turismo. I am looking forward to checking out the movie, but it's another one of those movies where I don't know if I may just wait and see if it's maybe discounted a bit. It's not something that I want to watch right away, even though I do want to see it. So anyway, I have not picked up anything for the Gran Turismo physical media release either. So that was kind of fun to kind of catch up on some of the videos and look back at some of the videos that I've done over the years to see some of the things that I've said in those videos and then what I actually picked up, because some of them I just don't remember some of the things I said in the video. So it's kind of interesting to see those match up. I just thought it'd be a fun video to do to kind of like look back at that. I always say, am I which box set to get videos, you know, kind of what I'm thinking, what option I think is the best, but I always ask like what option you guys think is the best. What options did you go with out of some of this stuff? Comment and let me know. Again, I just want to thank everybody for sticking around on this video. Thank you, subscribers. All of you are awesome. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm D264, and I'll always tell you the truth.